Having 11 who's running the risk of missing the quarter-final. So he gets a yellow card on this round of 16 here. What a great chance for you to make your point again because he had run well off Lamine Yamal. You haven't gone with him.
Spain versus Portugal. Spain versus Portugal live. Spain versus Portugal live. अभी नहीं आया आएगा तो बोलो थोड़ा सा बोलो तो फिर एकदम जाती है समझ जाती है फेसबुक पे ना ना
with the braveness of him, really dragging the ball back in his own penalty area and flicking it forward. Here's Bruno Fernandes, one of a legion of star players. There's been so much about Cristiano Ronaldo. Bruno hasn't really made the headline. Finished a fabulous season with Manchester United. Footballer of the year, that's the football writers, the PFA Player of the Year. Ray hits away. Zabal scored the very late winning goal in that European final against England. Danny Olmo.
Spain versus Portugal final. Spain versus Portugal final. Spain versus Portugal. Pre-quarter final. FIFA 2026. FIFA 2026. FIFA 2026. Spain versus Portugal.
So important. You've been through this to get your touches in early to feel that you're part of the game.
Oh, definitely. You want to take part in these matches, Mark, and you don't want to let it all skip past you. And that can happen sometimes. You really can, as hard as you try, and you want to get amongst it all. The game seems to operate down the other side of the field or in other areas. You just can't seem to get involved enough.
Vitinha.
Vitinha.
Vega playing it back to,
Ronaldo.
he was the player who
Pedri. Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
The offside call was correct.
Rafael Leo. Rafael Leo. Rafael Leo. Rafael Leo.
Right at the very end.
ओ स्पेन गोल का गया स्पेन गया 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 ओ माय गुडनेस ओए होए 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 स्पेन इन रेड कलर पोर्टुगल इन वाइट कलर जो मारियो
Particularly if there's space in front of him, João Cancelo will eat it up literally.
स्पेन इन रेड कलर पोर्टुगल इन वाइट कलर
Probably. So we've got a game where we've got more.
Guys, double tap, like, share, double tap and subscribe, double tap and subscribe, tap subscribe. आज स्पेन मैया चौथ देगा पुर्तगाल की मुझे तो ऐसे लग रहा है मैया चौथ जाएगी पुर्तगाल की बहुत दुनिया देख रही है 2.7 बिलियन पीपल्स आर वाचिंग अराउंड द वर्ल्ड ये मैच 2.7 बिलियन पीपल्स देख रहे हैं यार पूरी दुनिया में 2.6 billion people are watching this live stream.
There he is.
On different platforms.
Sorted out by Rodri, back area, and here's Danny Olmo.
Oh, goal! Bye, miss कर गया यार.
तो ब्राजील वाला कहानी स्टार्ट कर दी इसने. Wondering quite how. He's put his chance.
Brilliant football. The one touch up there, Danny Olmo right in that number 10
ओए होए होए ये किसने मिस किया?
Absolutely inch perfect.
ये स्पेन ने मिस किया?
On his left foot. All he had to do is look.
ओए होए 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 स्पेन ने गोल मिस किया यार पूरा चांस था स्पेन के साथ गोल करने का स्पेन ने गोल मिस कर दिया गाइस पूरा चांस था स्पेन के पास गोल करने का ये वही रात वाला काम शुरू कर दिया ब्राजील वाला जैसे ब्राजील ने पेनल्टी मिस किया कितने चांसेस मिस किए गोल की और रिजल्ट क्या निकला टूर्नामेंट से बाहर हो गए रोनाल्डो 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 ओए होए 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 ओए अच्छा पास दिया यार रोनाल्डो ने अब ये रोनाल्डो ने किक किया गोल के ऊपर से गया बड़ा तेज था वो Pedri, Dani Olmo.
Probably see that a lot from him, where he sort of stop in front of Pedro Porro. He's not
Cristiano Ronaldo.
that area. Very, very talented and has great awareness of a teammate running into.
Guys, everyone everyone like the stream, everyone like the stream. Guys, सब like करो यार. Everyone like the stream.
Lining up the corner. Taylor
Guys, everyone like the stream.
well used to dealing with pushing and shoving in where the Premier League is laid out as set pieces these days. Ronaldo
Corner
taking it
kick.
through. He's being tugged back actually.
ओए अल्लाह, ये क्या जली शाटें खेल रहे हैं यार.
Pedro Neto had a swing at that.
Yeah, it was Rodri that was.
ओए CR7 क्या कर रहे हो तुम?
Trying to work a little block.
यहाँ से जो टीम जीतेगी वो बेल्जियम और या अमेरिका से खेलेगी ना.
Renato Vega. Tini, who read in the interviews.
Guys, like the stream, like stream, like करो. Guys, stream like करो.
Massive doubts he had that he would ever
गे
make
गे
it
गे
to
गे
the
गो गोल 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 गोल.
Paris Saint-Germain, Portugal. No,
Vitinha.
Luis Enrique, they were together.
आज वो काला किधर दो विंग काला खेलता है. एक काला है एक नहीं है.
Self-confidence.
और राफेल लियो नहीं है.
Plays as though he leads across the world.
Yeah.
अच्छा नूनो मेंडेस है आज.
Standing for his club, PSG. Been at the heart of their success over the last couple of seasons.
अच्छा ये मैच बड़ा अच्छा होने वाला
Luis
है.
Enrique was the.
सुबह 10 बंदा लेके ये जीत गए.
हैं? हाँ वो क्या उन्होंने किया है यार वो सब डिफेंस पे आ गए थे. उसका देखा वो जा ही नहीं थे आगे.
Watch this here. This is that little block mark.
लेकिन उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी गेम की थी शुरू में यार. पहला हाफ मेक्सिको ने बड़ा शानदार खेला था.
Deliberately. So as Ronaldo can just.
वो जॉर्ज बेलिंगम ने ऐसे दो फुदू गोल करके चला गया.
Rodri is
उसको
concerned.
गिफ्ट दिया है सारा.
A little bit, but as ever, got away with it. There's a lot of that goes on in the modern game. And
गया गया गोल गोल रोनाल्डो. ओए
yeah, it's going to take a lot to beat Unai Simon from that.
बहुत अच्छी ट्राई नहीं कर गया रोनाल्डो.
He could have hit this first time. Could have done. But decided to have the touch and then do the little.
रोनाल्डो कितने गोल? 3 गोल 4 हैं. 3 है मेरा ख्याल है.
The shot in the end that
Yeah,
little
do
bit
it.
harder to execute. However, first job was done there. Hit the target. Make the goalkeeper save it.
Portugal looking to be the first team to score against Spain here in USA 2026.
कॉर्नर किक है जी पुर्तगाल के लिए. नूनो मेंडेस कॉर्नर किक कर रहे हैं.
Lines up the corner, drills it.
ओए होए
Zardo gets to it. The smaller of the two nations in terms of population and space are trying to be the bigger
Oh.
here on a football field. And the Olmo.
Yeah, and I think Martin, these two teams, because they've got so many
Oh,
times
Cocaria.
to know each other, I think they're going to have these little spells, both teams, where they feel like they get
थोड़ा सा मिड में खराब कर रहे हैं
quickly it can change.
ब्राजील ने बहुत वीक खेला यार. बहुत वीक गेम किया रात को. और रिटायरमेंट का ऐलान कर दिया उसने मारे ना.
Leaving actually.
क्या करे वो फिट ही नहीं है तो.
Porro down the right hand side, but
ना वो फिट है. वो ब्राजील में खेल ही नहीं रहा वो.
Cucurella has just left his English club Chelsea for Real Madrid,
2.5 साल के बाद वर्ल्ड कप में आया.
going back home.
हाँ,
तो लीग खेल रहा है.
हाँ,
उधर कैसे फिट है ये?
तो ब्राजील ओए ओए
ना लीग्स में कैसे फिट है फिर वो? इतना ज्यादा उसको पैसा दे रहे हैं. 80 मिलियन में 100 मिलियन उसका साल का फीस डॉलर. तो वो इतना ज्यादा पैसा उसको दे रहे हैं तो कैसे उसको रखें फिर? स्पेन हार जाएगा साहब. मुझे ऐसे लग रहा है.
It's the Alex Bayona, who's had a good tournament, really stepped up, got himself a starting berth. And out by Pedro Porro. Cucurella. Oh, he thought the goalkeeper was
I think he
coming.
did, just for a split second. I think the goalie was going to come and sort that himself. Just quickly had to make sure that he tidied it up.
Rodri. From Pedri. Another of these players who started international football at a ridiculously young age, held back a bit with injuries. It's Pedro Porro. 41 previous games, only 6 Portugal wins. The World Cup, one Spain win, and that 3-3 draw this year. And now they've got fabulous hat-trick. It's in Sochi, the World Cup stage in Russia.
उसको बहुत लंबा ड्यूटी नहीं पूरी रात
Nuno Mendes is off and running. Bruno Fernandes and Nuno Mendes still goes.
ओए Nuno Mendes
The plot stretch is very difficult.
6 to 6.
अभी तो ऐसे ठीक है काम कर रहा है बराबर है ना
यमाल यमाल
Here
यमाल
comes Lamine Yamal. Typical of
ओए
him.
गया गया ओए होए 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 ये स्पेन गोल कर देगा मुझे लगता है
Both sets, both teams. Nuno Mendes so close, and then that's exactly what I mean, Martin, about when he attacks Nuno Mendes, somebody's got to be there to cover. Lamine Yamal.
वाह यार क्या साथ बनाया हुआ है
And then that one is
क्या साथ
brilliantly
बनाया हुआ है
saved from Diego Costa. Really good stuff.
Now
कुछ
that-
नहीं डालता करेक्ट
Trying to curl it back in.
लहसुन को थोड़ा
Oh,
खराब
we have
करो
to work both sides.
साथ डाल दो
With his body.
नमक शेयर करो
We keep it at 0-0.
बस
अच्छा लहसुन नहीं बनाओ सिर्फ
सिर्फ लहसुन
Varane to take the corner. Knocks out to Lamine Yamal. Ooh, cleverly dinks it.
Kukurea.
What a goal that would have been. Pushing cross.
Olmo
Still might be
Yamal
on for Spain here. Now with a cross again.
Great defensive header, Ruben Diaz, making sure he nods that one away. Some teasing crosses delivered there by Lamine Yamal.
Ruben Neves
Really good stuff. That's a really good passage of play.
पेपे
Steve Pepe in the back line there.
Deco back left.
Yeah.
वो गंदा कौन है
Going
हाँ
with
वो भी ये
Barcelona, of
फुटबॉल
course.
Yes.
क्या नाम भूल गया
गाइस लाइक करो स्ट्रीम को सब बंदे स्ट्रीम को लाइक करो
Running repairs from Nuno Mendes. He must have played against Deco, didn't
Not sure, Martin. Not sure if I did.
he?
Nuno Mendes.
Done. Yeah. Pablo Sosa from the Rui Costa era. Luis Figo was mine. Might have been just after those boys.
Kukurea
Kukurea. Both sides so far have had moments. Ryan again. It's well measured. It gave Kukurea a real chance of getting it. And, Pedro Neto and Kukurea, of course, clubmates until
Yes.
the last month.
Correct. So just a few weeks ago, you're
Yeah.
right.
Not on that far side, but not in that particular instant. There it is, Emmett Smith, really a legend of the NFL, and particularly in this part of the world. Generally, they've made such a wonderful job of converting these NFL grounds to this, the world game. work that's gone on here. As we mentioned before, if you haven't heard it, is 4 feet beneath the grass. And when you look at those blue lines across the far side, they're actually protecting executive boxes. There's glass behind those at pitch level above the advertising. Couldn't get it all in because the NFL pitch is so much narrower than a lot of work that goes unnoticed to get these kind of special occasions up and running. Mendes.
Neat and tidy, as you would expect, both teams, when they've got the ball, when they've got good possession.
There's Pedro Neto, left-footed, but often prefers to play on the right. No flag.
Ronaldo.
And now the flag does go. Back for João Cancelo. From an offside position.
Offside दे दिया.
Pedri. Ooh. There's a run from Baena that he thought he'd be in. Pedri had seen him. It's Dani Olmo to leave Spain to make his career. Eventually Barcelona let him go at 17. Made a lot of money to get him back. Olmo again. What with Rodri? Pedro Porro made a run in behind. And Mendes and João Felix who are trying to police that near side. 3-0. Spotted by referee Taylor. Baena beginning to feel he's being put upon here by João Cancelo.
He's actually given that, Martin. I think he might have done. I thought for a moment Alex Baena was being told to get back up on his feet, but actually
It happened before the ball was played. I think that's why the delay was. He's got his position. That's Real Madrid man. So market from Portugal. Porch is in there. The Barcia, the Iron centre back, is not the tallest defender in the world. Close to either of them. That was an interesting hit from Pedro Porro. Edging towards the hydration break.
मालूम है कह रहा है कि सबूत नाश्ता है ब्राजील के आने की निकल गया वो नाश्ता.
It's a bit more than sparring, isn't it?
yes, oh no, yeah, look, I think both teams have
भाई बहुत
shown
ज़्यादा नहीं रोया.
decent intent. The best chance so far has fallen to Spain with the Yarzabal, who failed to hit the target when totally in the clear. I think he'll regret that one. But
यार साल बड़ा अच्छा बनाया हुआ है. नहीं कल नहीं परसों बनाया ये.
Is David's backyard ready for the FIFA World Cup? Maybe he'll build it, like Beckham. Brilliant move here. David's going to Home Depot for the assist. David can flip it like Rich. Paint it like Patricia. Deliver it like Dan.
My beehives. This is so relaxing.
Plant it like Parker.
Or watch it all happen just like Josh.
Very happy to help.
We are deep into stoppage time. Oh, they must be careful here. Hang on, they are checking it. It's going to be in the hands of the VAR.
A safer Ontario means playgrounds with no drug injection sites nearby. It means fewer cars being stolen thanks to more police officers and prosecutors. New jails so criminals stay behind bars. Public spaces without encampments. And bail reform that protects our neighborhoods. We're making every corner of Ontario safer to make all of Ontario safer. That's how we protect Ontario.
अब आ गया
But it does give them the opportunity sometimes when managers and coaches find it difficult to get a message across the players. Well, you can do that.
हाँ
The opposite
क्यों
saw
कौन पूछ रहा है
Portuguese coach something
ये हो गए
felt he could put right with that kind of discussion. That what Spain had done, perhaps having to rely on his goalkeeper more times than he would have wanted to.
आप सिगरेट पीते हो वो डब्बा इधर ही था रात को
Ruben Diaz.
देखो बाहर
It's a great contest between those two.
Did well there, Cucurella, because Neto was after that, wasn't he? He's very quick, Pedro Neto. He gives them far more direct pace up on that side, but Cucurella is one of those defenders. He'll match anybody up and give as good as he gets.
Cucurella
Yeah, what Pedro Neto does,
Spain versus Portugal guys like subscribe like subscribe
He wants it in front of him, that's when he's at his best.
was saying earlier, straightforward.
एक ही है
Running between
ना
the
ना
two
रखो पियो
players.
कोई मैं नहीं पिएगा तो वो लिखेगा
Probably that's his best way of getting the better of Cucurella. He's
अरबाब को बोलता तो लेके आए
pushing
अरबाब को
out
मैच
there.
के लिए पार्टनर लेके आए गाइस लाइक करो सब्सक्राइब करो यार पुर्तगाल वर्सेस स्पेन मैच हो रहा है पुर्तगाल वर्सेस स्पेन मैच हो रहा है और प्री क्वार्टर फाइनल है ये अरबाब एक प्लेटिनियम लेके आओ
Away by Pedro Porro. Knocked forward by Ruben Diaz, who wants to really exert himself to get a bit of power on the header. Now Vitinha,
कल टीवी तो लगाएगा
now Cancelo.
कल जल्दी है ना मैच
Influence proceedings.
गाइस लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब प्लीज लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब
The possession here. Maybe that's the sort of thing that Roberto Martinez was emphasising. Look,
Patience,
yeah,
yeah.
a bit more patience.
Just keep it, yeah. Wait for that right moment to be decisive. Put a forward pass. You have to go backwards. Don't be afraid to. Lots of teams nowadays, we see Martin recycling the ball. Going backwards, even go back towards the goalkeeper at times.
आदमी नहीं अरबाब काम में हो
Spain might be able to break here. Dani Olmo, Lamine Yamal, not quite for Lamine Yamal. There was a gap to try and close.
Do you know, Bruno Mendes didn't really know where the Yamal was there. Marta Vega does really
Yeah,
well to
Campbell
slide
was
and
there,
just intercept. Had there been a little more pace on that ball
He
from
was in.
Dani Olmo, he would have been in and away.
कहीं काम तो नहीं बैठा हुआ आगे बैठ नहीं सकता उसको पता कोई नहीं है
There you go. Into Pedro Neto territory. Nelson Taylor. Deciding in Cucurella's
Neto.
favour. Handball. Here's Kubasi.
उठ जा पूरा खाली है तू
Now Danny Olmo. Pedro Porro going down the outside here, and he does it steaming forward. That's his game. So the
Yes.
way to deal with Nuno Mendes is make him defend.
Yes. Great run, Pedro Porro there, really good. He actually does very well, Nuno Mendes, to recover, slide in and knock that one away.
Nuno Mendes.
Another corner for Spain.
जेडन सांचो इंग्लैंड पैंट चोने यार आगे मैच जीते यार
The blocking.
ये बेलिंगम ने क्या खेला है
Shaw back to Pedro Porro. And the other fullback.
कब कर रही है पेड्री
Oi.
Pedri on the goalkeeper side. Danny Olmo with the header.
ऑफसाइड
There was improvisation by Diego Costa. There's an offside flag in the end. I'm not quite sure which bit of play he's going for.
I think it is Danny Olmo just there. But how Kubasi is who tries to get on the end of that, which made life very difficult there for Diego Costa. Having to go with his foot, and he cushioned it right back into the path of Olmo, who couldn't get any real power on it, but would have been flagged anyway.
रोनाल्डो आज इतना नीचे कैसे आ गया
On Ronaldo.
ये रोनाल्डो की मैया चुदेगी आज ये भी रो रो के बाहर होगा ये कभी आखिरी है ना
Emerick Laporte.
और कितना भाई 42
All in France, of course, naturalised on the residence qualification for Spain.
शायद ये रोएगा कैसे करके पता है कैप्टन दूसरे को दे देगा कैप्टनसी
Where their countries of birth
ये रोएगा
depend
बस
for all the players.
रोएगा ऐसा बोल के मेरे को 10 मिनट दे
Countries of
दो बस
birth. Now international football's had to adapt to that with the globalisation of the population. The credit tenacity for Bruno Fernandes, but he showed it.
ओए
That's a bit of a shank. Laporte there. Got away with it.
It's a remarkable record for Unai Simon. 519 minutes before this game started. Now conceding a goal. He's
आपको
never
कुछ मिल
been
रहा है
really
कल के मैच के
regarded as
साथ?
an absolute top-class keeper.
कल के मैच के साथ
Yet,
कुछ मिल रहा है
Ronaldo
नॉर्वे
Fernandes
स्पेन
obviously
का
had him young in the
सिस्टम सेम है
underage
ऐसा कुछ मिल रहा है आपको
वही चीज़ है बिल्कुल सेम सेम कॉपी है
he's been an
Dito copy है
absolute standout.
पुर्तगाल का गेम थोड़ा फ्रांस की टाइप है
Vega.
काउंटर पे ध्यान दिया था
Looking, they've got David Raya, who's just won the Premier League with Arsenal, won the Champions League final. He's more of a footballing goalkeeper, if you understand what I mean.
I think that they've got great
ये
competition,
स्पेन में
haven't
सब
they?
छोटा छोटा बच्चा
Just
है
say Unai
नया
Simon,
टीम था
not always in
तो
everyone's
बिल्कुल नया टीम था वो
top 10.
यूरो जीता ये
देखो,
लास्ट
देखो,
Does a great job
Wow.
for his team.
क्या बॉल
There's
लिया है एक
a-
दूसरे से
still be ruining that missed chance, but we're all good strikers.
ये कुकरिया भी बड़ा नामी है
We forget about it in the end and think about the next one. Here's
सिम का नहीं पता किया
Jamal again.
Should he be like,
Played
"Oi, oi,
a terrific run. Really caught
ये
Portugal
मिला
out of his
थोड़ा
movement
बाहर था
there.
आज पूरा दिन।
Great play.
दुकान पे
Brilliant work. He's very elusive, Danny Olmo. One minute he's running in behind,
दुकान ये ले
his
ली
back line, then he's playing in
नहीं
the
यार
pocket
मैं
in the number
देखने
10
गया था
position.
अगर सही से
And
हो
then
गया
he
तो
drops it in deep in front of
लेकिन वो
Portugal's
है
midfield.
लुलू के
No one's
काउंटर
ever quite sure where
लुलू
he is.
किधर
WTC के सामने लुलू
WTC के अंदर है लुलू है
बाहर काउंटर बाहर वाला दरवाजा
And playing working at left-hand side, away by Renato Vega. We'll have to retreat
गोल कर
again.
देंगे ये स्पेनिश
ऐसे
Rodri,
ऐसे करते करते बोल दे
Pedro Porro, Lamine Yamal. Here's Pedri. Not really a gap for him to go through. And he'll tackle back. Worked fairly enough, but maybe not from Anthony Taylor's
जमाल ने एक गोल भी नहीं किया है ना इस वर्ल्ड कप में.
Yeah, Nuno Mendes got a foot in, so Lamine Yamal doing the right thing, wanting to pinch it back. Not a lot wrong with that, to be honest with you.
बहुत बड़ा प्लेयर बनेगा ना, बहुत बड़ा नाम बनेगा.
ये छपरी बन गया है.
कौन?
उम्र है 22 साल का.
Cancelo.
हाँ.
लड़कियों के साथ 5 लड़की के साथ वो काम करके डिवोर्स भी हो गया. क्या बोलता है, ब्रेकअप भी हो गया.
जमाल का.
हाँ.
Spain, just a little shot, extra
What
shot.
colour is that?
You feel, don't you, Andy, about Spain?
हाँ बाप को रखते हैं माँ को कर
No,
लिए.
look, there's not a lot in the game, Martin, but
Refuse it.
Spain are so tidy in possession. They're very, very good. Portugal, certainly, also very capable, but the Spanish team, there
Spain
isn't
थोड़ा
enough
easy है ना.
rhythm to what they do.
ये
They
लेता
keep
बंदों को
in
ना.
possession.
ये
The
मोरक्को और स्पेन साथ
goalkeeper school. Talk about players from other countries. He was born in Switzerland.
13 किलोमीटर का मात्र थोड़ा सा होता है.
Obviously to a Portuguese family. So another qualification. Ruben Diaz. Cucurella really took a chance there. Anything over the top of him, and Pedro Neto would have been sprinting away behind him.
What better options, Spain, I think, Martin, when they're looking forward at the moment? Whether it be fullbacks getting in advanced positions, as Pedro Porro is here to the right of Kubasi, or people like Dani Olmo starting to become a little more influential. There's space.
And then they're struggling to find a way out. And Cancelo too, just that could have been intercepted by Olmo. Cristiano Ronaldo.
नालों में दाम नहीं है.
Broken on by Vitinha, advantage played by referee Taylor. João Neves. Cancelo.
वो एक और नेविस भी है ना, रोबर्ट नेविस. दो नेविस भाई तो नहीं आपस में.
Cristiano Ronaldo is very good in the air still. Zinchenko is going to go back.
Oh my God.
ओए 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 ओए.
Ronaldo to try and just knock it over his shoulder into an
कैसे पकड़ लिया इसने बॉल यार?
It's paid a price for his bravery getting to the ball. Crashed into the hoodies. Look at Ronaldo now.
Yeah. Unai Simon there came for the initial cross and was
नहीं वो
floundering a
पीछे वो
little
भी
bit.
था.
He did well to get a fingertip on that João Felix knock back to Ronaldo
Oh,
and
later.
then make that stop. Ronaldo couldn't really get any power on it. Back to goal and facing the wrong way, but nice play from Portugal. Good work. João Felix at the back post. Didn't give it up. Kept believing he could keep it in. And that was almost a very useful situation for Portugal. But the goalie there stepped up trying to come and get it.
Guys, tap like stream.
Unfortunately, he wasn't quite
Tap and like the stream. Tap like the stream. Double tap on screen, please.
First attempt since
Just double tap on screen.
Very, you can get 40, 50, 60-year-olds.
Just double tap on screen, guys.
In your head like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Portugal versus Spain.
See that the goal
Pre-quarter final.
was there was a chance of diverting the
Yeah.
ball into the goal.
I mean, he'll always have that about him, Martin. Even when the legs perhaps aren't quite as powerful as they once were. His awareness, watch, decent ball in from Pedro Neto. Goalie, a little bit all over the place, but does well to
Portugal
get
versus
back up,
Spain.
recover.
Portugal versus Spain. Double tap on screen, guys. Everyone double tap on screen. Everybody double tap on screen.
To have
Portugal versus Spain.
Anthony Taylor judgment that he's not quite
Everybody double tap on screen.
in tune with
Everyone double tap on screen.
will be dropped
Guys, everyone double tap on screen.
Spain's direction.
Portugal
It's not
versus
easy to
Spain.
get them boots on nowadays, Martin.
अगर ये नीचे नजर आ जाए ना
Hey, look,
इसका जूता खराब हो
just
गया.
literally
like those-
slide your foot in.
Those
double tap us, guys. Tap on screen. Double tap, just double tap on
designed for
screen.
people your age. And the boots are designed for Pedro Neto.
España, 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 Portugal, Portugal, España, Portugal, Portugal,
Central attention again.
España, Portugal, Portugal, España.
Talking to.
Yeah, he's giving as much chance as he possibly can, Anthony Taylor here. That's a little bit niggly from Pedro Porro. Fullback wanting a little.
España, Portugal, Portugal, España.
I don't think there'll be too many more before Anthony Taylor starts clamping down on a few of those. What a switch that is.
And what an anticipation by João Cancelo. He realised that he set off and dictated the pass. Actually, he was on his bike. And this has been given as a corner. It might be one of those that will be.
Portugal corner. Portugal corner.
Great run. Great run from João Cancelo. Portugal fullbacks, they can do that from first minute to last. Charge up and down. Not a problem for them.
On the boots. Now to Pedro Neto's liking.
Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes.
हम दोनों किसको बोलते हैं पता है?
This majestic goal area.
Continue.
Simon. We need to have a clear view of this. Particularly if it's whipped in with pace.
I presume that chunk out the back of his boot is deliberate.
We could go on all day about what the modern player does. But I think there's an advantage to be gained. Scoring a goal is the best way to get the.
Oh! ये क्या हुआ?
Nuno Mendes. Deflection along the way.
ये हुआ क्या?
Saw the deflection, I thought it was in. Just a little bit too much room there for Nuno Mendes, who is not afraid to let fly from that sort of distance. Watch this, he hits this nice and hard, it really does. And it's Pedro Porro. You're always tempted to put something on it if you can, but it can often fly past your own goalkeeper.
It's disappearing from sight. Nuno Mendes to get purchase on the long throw, but Taylor is seeing something which I think means the throw will be retaken.
Yeah, smart Cucurella went down. I think Anthony Taylor had just seen them getting involved a little bit at the near post, so he's ordered the throw-in to be retaken.
And it's not a long throw on the retake. It's a cross, not the best one from Nuno Mendes. João Felix trying to win it back. And Rafinha miles away. Oyarzabal's up with him. Great free. He's still sitting on the ground expecting him to get the free kick. But Spain picked up the ball, not quite in the most advantageous situation, but they've worked it back again. And is that a double trick? No.
Really good defensive work from João Felix. Watching that striker side getting back and just getting an all-important footing.
Not much margin for error there.
No, you haven't got long either, Martin. If you do receive that ball 40 yards from the opposition goal, it won't be long before someone is trying to pinch it off you. Got to make that decision pretty quickly what you're going to do with it.
Vega. Vitinha. João Felix actually emerged the last 10 minutes or so as quite a significant figure in the match, trying to push Portugal onwards, but doing his share in the opposite direction. And Bruno Fernandes got some space here. Ronaldo maybe if he'd been a little bit more central, or the pass had taken him a bit more central, he might have shot from that range.
Yeah, that's his first thought all the time. Now, can he get a yard and get his shot away? Couldn't be, it was a long way up.
It's Pedro Neto.
पोर्टुगल फाइनल में फ्रांस को रहा था
None of these players were playing in the States last year.
यूरो 2016 में पोर्टुगल का फाइनल में फ्रांस को रहा था
World Cup. He scored 3 goals.
पोर्टुगल जब जीता था वही मैच का बोल रहा हूँ
मैं उसी की बात कर रहा हूँ फाइनल में स्पेन नहीं था फाइनल में फ्रांस था
Nuno Mendes.
वाह नाइस क्या टैकल है
उस दिन पोप का और दूसरे तीसरे वो बहुत उन्होंने धमाकेदार गेम की थी, बस किसी तरह ये बचते रहे। आखिर में वो एडर गोल कर गया।
Yeah, nice work, neat and tidy, nice and clean with the catch. Ronaldo just hovering a little bit in behind Unai Simon, but
उसमें भी एलोरेस ने गोल करवाया था।
Pedro Porro. Spain
की टीम नहीं रहा
but
फ्रांस को।
Portugal not without a sign or two of a punch of their own. Here's
हीरो
Bayern
का पास बहुत मजा लगता है
Bucharest.
स्पेन में।
Laporte takes over. Oh, Danny almost found space again. And found Oyarzabal. Couldn't quite switch it. And then a hit and a head really from Roderick.
yeah,
6 added minutes before half time.
there's a fan on the receiving end of that one from Rodri.
और रोड्रिगो बोलती है यहाँ से कहाँ बाल पिन होते हैं।
Right side of the screen there saying let's keep the ball. Always tempting, Martin, midfield players when you're in that shooting range. And it's afterwards you either, or you often regret that perhaps you didn't just go wide and keep the pressure on. Just relieves all the pressure when you blast it over the bar.
I saw you blast plenty into the opponent's net, by the way.
I can tell you there was a good few that went over the top as well.
I did see some of those.
पासिंग अच्छी है ना।
Joe Neves.
तो किया।
Ronaldo makes the
वहाँ
run.
का छो
Trying to get out in time as Unai Simon.
कैसे अंदर घुस दिया देखा हमने।
Spain trying to act quickly from the goalkeeper's distribution, but Portugal get back very quickly.
तेज था बाल थोड़ा है ना।
Alex Baena. Pedro Porro. Play it inside Nuno Mendes.
ओए अल्लाह, यमाल भोसड़ी के ऑफसाइड क्यों हो रहा है?
Good movement from him on. Nothing he's got to mix it up with against Nuno Mendes. Look, just dart in behind. Once you make that decision, you
हाँ
can't.
ले लिया था वैसे ना।
I don't think Pedro
जगह
Porro did a
कैसे
lot
दिखा
wrong there. He's
देखा
just
उन
always
लोगों ने।
a little
ये
too
पास
early
बहुत
and
कम
going to be
दिखता है
offside. But
दूसरे टीमों से।
that's better from him. He can have it to feet, but also skipping behind occasionally.
गाइस देखा
Spain, who sensed
इससे कैसे वाला बॉल दिया।
really looking to up it before
ये
the
बात
break
बता
here.
देता।
He's got a free kick.
Guys, double tap on screen. Guys, double tap on screen.
Great angle for the challenge.
No,
Guys, double tap on screen. थोड़े कितने 4 क्वार्टर फाइनल और 2 सेवन 6 और एक साथ में ये तो एक दो प्री क्वार्टर फाइनल रह गए ना।
previous World Cups, we've seen them fly in from this sort of range, but that's a long
Well,
way.
that's a nice banner, isn't it? The legend versus the future. Ronaldo versus Lamine. Yes, but it is a ball that stays hit. We've emphasised that plenty of times. We've seen some wonderful goals struck from outside the penalty area.
ये माल की माँ बहुत
And
खुश
plenty
होगी
of
ना।
headers as well.
मेरा बेटा दुनिया का बेहतरीन फुटबॉलर बनते जा रहा है ना।
Might be more the latter route to an opening goal here.
ओए
And that was
ओए
actually on target, but maybe there was an offside on the initial knockback.
Well, the game's gone pretty much according to plan, hasn't it? It's very tight. It really is. The first goal in this one is going to be huge for us, whichever team is able to find it. But
देखो क्या बनता है।
they both had their moments.
ऐसे कोई एक टीम गोल करके ना वही जीत
Tighter,
जाएगी।
couldn't it? I mean,
Yep.
I was telling Andy before the game, a very good friend in Portuguese football said, be prepared for a long game, hinting that there would be a lot of caution involved.
अरे राफेल लियो किधर है? वो उसको ना इस
Sensible
जगह पे
defensive play, but
इस कार्ड में भाई।
creativity.
काला वाला इधर भी काला होना चाहिए, उधर भी काला होना चाहिए।
Overdone by Nuno Mendes. Shaun Neves.
रूबेन नेवेस किधर है?
Paris Saint-Germain players involved in this game. João Felix was a nice idea just to reverse it back. Not too much on it.
क्लब फुटबॉल में बहुत सारी लीजन है।
Be doing that fetching and carrying and passing responsibility and the ball to others.
ये नस्ल से ले रहा है 280 मिलियन,
Correa. There's that one again.
280 मिलियन ले रहा है एक साल का।
Spain going nowhere on that passage of
इतना
play.
पैसा के कहाँ से दे रहे हैं वो हॉबी?
Getting involved in areas where he doesn't really want to be doing that.
He's really a late developer. They played him through the middle.
अभी बंद कर दूँ दोबारा नया मैं आम लगे तो
Running through the middle here. The
हाँ?
other end is João Felix. We've never really settled in one club. Oyarzabal only played for one club, whereas Sociedad, whereas Pedro Porro goes careering across. Well, João Felix has been around the block a few
Oh,
times,
he
hasn't
has. Yes, he has.
Not
You're right.
settled.
Never really stuck it out for a significant period of time anywhere. But he's talented.
Portugal
He's
0,
very
Spain
talented
0.
when he
Portugal
can
0,
play
Spain
out
0.
positions
First
he
half
can
complete.
play As a 10, he's playing off one
Portugal
side.
0,
It's
Spain
not
0.
ideal for him today, but both teams, Martin, have got some good players on the bench, you know, who can have a big effect in this game too. It might come to that. It might well come to whichever manager is brave enough to make those changes first. That could be the difference.
Well, at half-time,
चलो भाई हाफ टाइम। पोर्तुगाल 0, स्पेन 0।
efforts.
पोर्तुगाल 0, स्पेन 0।
Mendes shot deflecting onto the crossbar. The closest we've seen.
पोर्तुगाल 0, स्पेन 0।
Probably more saves than his opposite number. One or two of them have been routine. And we reach the break in Dallas. Portugal 0, Spain 0.